What's up, everybody? Good morning. This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. I am I'm gonna go get some coffee, man, before I start my day. Mexican American. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go get some coffee and see what's up. See what's happening. What's happening? Hello. Hope you guys are doing great this morning. I was tired last night. I was like, oh man, I'm tired. I don't even wanna. Forget about this whole art thing. Tired. And yeah, it's pretty much that. What is it? Oh, nice! Just got notified. I love that. Yeah, I'm happy about that because most of the time people don't get notified that I'm going live. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I wonder how I can. I don't know. I don't even know if I have any say in the matter. Right of Instagram letting people know that I'm going live, baby. What is this? But yeah, I've been working towards moving away from just trying to create artwork and moving into different spaces other than just creating artwork, or other than just creating artwork every day so that I can sell it or auction it on eBay or anything like that. And I'm going to be talking about that kind of deal as time goes by. I'm going to be talking about those deals. Good morning. I think it's important to have different things going on. And like I said, if you're an artist, I think it's very important to have different things. It's just that setting those things up, it's work, right? It takes time, it takes energy. It doesn't happen right away. If you start setting up, an Etsy, you won't start seeing any results until probably a year later. And so it takes time. Most people don't see results right away, and it's not. It doesn't happen. None of that stuff happens right away. None of that stuff does. And so I'm trying to move into spaces now as an artist where it's not just labor intensive, right? It's not just I'm painting all day and I'm which is, I don't mind. It's part of it, but I've done it for about 10 years now. That I'm starting to think that there's other spaces I can get into. What I mean by other spaces, I'm talking about figuring out if whatever I paint, I can get it into the hands of 10 other places that can sell it for me, or 100 other places, or fuck it, 1,000. Why not? Like it's in the numbers, right? It's in the numbers. It's not. When people say that this is a numbers game, I feel like they miss the point. They usually think, I just have to paint a lot. Well, it's not just those numbers, you know. People say it's a numbers game to be an artist, or to sell anything, or to try to make a living as an artist. They usually go one-dimensional, and kind of it's always bothered me. It's always rubbed me the wrong way because I know it's not true. It's not a numbers game if you are painting, and then showing those paintings to the same, I don't know, 100 people on Facebook or Instagram. That doesn't make it a numbers game. What makes it a numbers game is that you show it to those people, and then you show it to another 100 different places, right? And then you figure out how they can actually see it more. So one thing is showing it, but what if only 2 people see it? So you have to dial in for more people to see it. On either Instagram, you have to turn it up, right? Or on Facebook, you have to turn it up. And so it's not one-dimensional. It's not one-dimensional. And this is what I've been working on for like probably the past, I don't know, couple of months. I've always known that I have to do multiple things and whatnot, but it's very much been around views, right? Like I got to do some Facebook ads. I got to do some. I got to be on Instagram. I got to do some YouTube videos. It's been around views and what I can control personally, my own efforts. But it hasn't been until recently that I started thinking about, wait a minute, what if I started thinking more seriously, right? What if I hand it over to someone else? Conversion rate. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, there's different things, right? There's different things that are happening. People say, "Oh, it's just numbers game." No, it's not. It's not just going and knocking as many doors as possible. It's also the pitch. Is the pitch any good? Right? Conversion rate, absolutely. If your artwork sucks, it doesn't matter that you take it to 1 million people. If it sucks, it sucks. And so the pitch has to be good. The value proposition, right? The value proposition has to be good. Your conversion rate, as Mark just pointed out, and how many people are seeing it in that specific channel. So I could be like, yeah, I'm going on the radio every day. Yeah, dude, but only 5 people are tuning in. It don't matter that you're going on the radio every day if only 5 people are tuning in. Now, if you're going on the radio every day, let's say radio, right? And only 5 people are tuning in, it's fine if you're doing 100 other things. Right? If you're not just going on the radio, you're going on TV, you're running some ads, you're putting stuff on the yellow pages, and sending out postcards. I remember them days. I used to go on the radio here locally and give advice about interior decorating and stuff like that, and what type of frames you wanna use if you're decorating your home and blah blah blah. I used to do it over the weekends, just go on the radio, whether it was English or Spanish radio, and I created a segment, right? I created a segment. I would tell these guys, the DJs, I'd be like, hey, let's do a little segment, blah blah. What do you think? Took them out to lunch, and most of them agreed. Why? Because it's content. They're looking for content. It's the rules haven't changed. They're looking for content to engage with their listeners, and so I came up with like little content, little bits of content. Same thing if you are a person that's doing like health and wellness and that kind of stuff. Back in the day, when we were still like doing radio, people are still doing radio, but you probably get more views if you have a solid Instagram account. But why not, right? Do radio as well. Why not? If you're like a health and wellness, like a personal trainer or something like that, PT, you don't. The content, I remember the guys that they used to do that, the women that used to do that too. The content was very smart. It was very slick. It was either about personal growth. What do they call it? it was around spirituality, you know, human behavior, that type of stuff. Journaling, you know, gratitude, and it was also around eating well and that kind of stuff, and eating habits, and but never did they pitch at all. At the end of the radio show, they would be like the DJ would be like, you know, Susie is a personal trainer. You know, if you want to find out more about, you know, blah blah, keeping your body and your mind healthy, you can contact her. Blah 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 blah. Here's the number. And it was very slick. It was very slick because it was content driven, and it was good content. It was content that people, you know, wanted and needed. I love that. It helped me get in the mindset. Yeah. And so why am I saying this? Because a lot of artists out there still believe if I just show my paintings, somehow people are going to buy them, and that's all we do. We don't really create content. It's just about, it's transactional, and I'm all for transactional. I don't have any problem with that. I started making a living not creating content. I started making a living as an artist being transactional, but it is very, very exhausting. It's very exhausting work, just being transactional. It's not for the weak. It's not for the people that are not gonna grab on that bull and keep riding it. It's very exhausting to be transactional. I found out that it's much better, much smarter to be a marketer than just being transactional. What I mean by this is that you create communication with people rather than trying to sell them only. You know, I think you should have both, but I think it's much better to lean on the marketing aspect of it than the transactional aspect of it. Transactional is very, very, very exhausting in my point of view. Fixing a mural now, nice. So, I gotta get a coffee.
I'm looking at Starbucks. I'm gonna get started for you.
Yeah, can I please have a venti pike place with steam half and half and classic?
What else for you today?
Let me have a venti Starbucks double shot on ice.
Venti Starbucks double shot on ice. Is all the sweetener and milk in there okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect. What else for you today?
And a grande lemonade.
And a grande, what was that?
Lemonade.
Just a lemonade and grande. What else for you today?
Let me have 2 butter croissants and an old-fashioned donut, please.
2 butter croissants, old-fashioned donut. Anything else for you today?
That would be all.
9:13 at the window. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What's happening? And so, I think it's important to start gearing towards that direction. Croissants, yeah. Start gearing towards that direction as an artist and start figuring out what you're going to talk about anything. It doesn't matter. Look at the shit that I talk about. You know, talk about anything. As long as you're...
Hey, did you need a drink for today?
Please.
Awesome. We'll get your drink for you.
Thank you.
Oh, let me set that up for you, boss.
Thank you so much.
It should be good. Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. How's the morning for you?
Very sleepy, but I will get through it. I've had one Americano. I feel like I need a couple more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually just start off with the tall because tall is like the perfect proportion, you know? And I'm like, okay.
Work yourself through it.
Yeah, get through it, go through the levels.
Nice.
Like, maybe I should get it colder, something a little more concentrated. How about you? How's your morning going?
Good. I'm a little tired too. I switching now because the kids started school.
Oh yeah?
So
are you home with them?
home with it, yeah.
That's good.
Waking up early now because I used to wake up like whenever I wanted.
Oh yeah?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just like, no way.
Oh, keep him
no
home.
Way.
Thank you so much.
You take care. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Oh, you got food.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were just chit-chatting. I'm like,
Yeah. I almost forgot my food.
No, no worries.
How's it going? What's happening? What's up, Steven?
All right, my friend.
Thank
now
you
you're
so
ready
much.
to rock and roll.
All right. So, that's that. I mean, I hope that makes any sense. I hope any of the stuff that I'm saying makes sense. If it doesn't, well, oh well. But those are the ideas, my friends. It's not just a numbers game. There's a lot more that goes into it. And just because there's a lot more that goes into it doesn't mean it's complicated. It doesn't mean it's complicated. It's simple, but don't oversimplify it either. Because many times what happens when we oversimplify things, we miss the steps. Like, be mindful of the steps. There's steps to things. I remember when I first learned about postcard marketing, right? Sending postcards. I learned about it. I remember reading about it. I don't know, something like 20 years ago. I was reading about this car dealership guy salesman who basically became a millionaire sending out postcards every day. He would send out postcards to the people that he knew or came by and visited him or whatnot, and it was like this deal. And so I was like, all I gotta do is just send out postcards. And start sending out postcards, and nothing happened. And I was like, man, what's going on? In my mind, I just thought that's what this dude was doing, but it's not it. It's not that simple, right? It's not oversimplified. It is simple, but it's not oversimplified like that. What the guy was probably doing, which is something that I do now, is sending out postcards, but handwritten and meaningful. Pretty much like sending out a DM today. You're sending out a DM. You're DMing someone. But a postcard is very meaningful because you took the time. It's a physical thing. It's a physical thing, and basically what it was is just a message. No sales pitch. None of that. I was sending out postcards hoping to sell something. No sales pitch whatsoever. What you're doing is you're creating a connection. You're creating a connection with people who have heard of you or like you or exchange information with you. It doesn't matter if it's one postcard or 5 postcards a day or whatever it is. How's it going? What's happening? And so that whole postcard deal is it's a marketing funnel, if you will, on its own. The marketing funnel. But it's part of what the very, 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 very smart marketers out there have done over the years, which is intent-based marketing. The only one that I see doing intent-based marketing to the highest level right now is Gary Vee. People like Grant Cardone are doing it, but Grant Cardone's more transactional. He's more about making those sales. I think he's more old school that way. But Gary Vee is definitely more into the marketing, intent-based marketing. Another cat that I see doing intent-based, he probably coined the term intent-based. I don't know if he coined it or he learned it from one of his teachers. Is Frank Kern. Frank Kern is doing that all the time. What is intent-based? It's doing little videos where they're giving you value in value to your life, whatever it is. If you're an artist, You should be doing a little video on how to clean brushes, how to if that's what you're, who you're targeting, right? How to gesso a canvas, and on and on. If your target market is interior designers, you should be helping interior designers. You shouldn't be talking about your artwork at all. You should be helping interior designers. Learn about the problems, learn about the difficulties, and you should be helping them. Why should you be helping them instead of selling to them? If you sell to them, there's only a very small group of people, very, very small, that could actually buy at any given point. And this is why people have such a hard time making sales. And they're like, oh my God, Jose sells to interior designers? Yes, I do, but I don't go after them and try to sell them. I find out about what their challenges are. I learn about their challenges, and then I go and I bring any sort of little help. It doesn't matter what it is, any sort of little help. I give them an article on how to prospect better, how to get their next client. I show them about framing options and what's on trend right now with gallery walls and that type of deal. Anything that they're having challenges with, I go and I contact them. Anything they're having. Why do I go and make that extra step as opposed to, hey, how's it going? My name's Jose Trujillo. Here's my art. Buy it if you want to, and then just kind of go away. That's a transactional move. That's a good move, but it's kicking the door. It's trying to kick the door open. What I'm suggesting here is going and unlocking the door and opening it, rather than kicking it open. And so when you go and you help someone in their own challenges, your target audience, right? In the beginning, pretty much everyone's a target audience, because we don't really have a target audience, but you go and you help. If it's artists you're talking to, I know a lot of artists out there are like, oh my God, I don't wanna, because you make it. The reason why you help them is because if you don't help them, they're very likely not to give a shit about what you're going to tell them, because they have their own problems in their own mind, and they're not thinking about you, and they don't want to think about you. Absolutely, Alicia, you offer value first. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about you, and they don't want to think about you because they have a client that blah 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 blah. It doesn't like the wallpaper, or they have a return on a sofa that they purchased for a client, or interior designers have all kinds of problems just like everyone else. Their kids in school. You don't know the personal problems, and that's not until you become, very much acquainted with them or friends or whatever. You don't really know their personal problems or their personal challenges, but you know their professional challenges, because everybody has the same professional challenges. Everybody has the same professional challenges. So you go and you offer value, and that's how you introduce yourself. You introduce yourself by offering value to them, and something that they're going to gain something out of it, not that you're going to gain something out of it. They have to gain something. They either gain more awareness, or they learn how to get a new client, or you tell them how to use Instagram to find clients, whatever it is. You don't have to keep coming up with stuff for them either. It's just a way so that when you are talking about yourself, they're not going, yeah, I don't care. They're going, oh, how sweet. This is really cool. This person actually cares about me and my business. I'm going to remember their name. I'm going to remember what they do. Because this is what happens, right? When you care about someone, they remember. They remember that you cared. Most of the challenges that we have as human beings in society is that we don't care for each other that much. And so people that do really, really well in business either pretend to care or really do care. Who knows? The ones that pretend to care go out of business very fast. The ones that do care stay in business. It's the same thing as in dating. The people that are like, oh my God, I can't date, because you don't take interest in people. You don't care. Dating is very easy when you're not trying to get something out of it. When you just take interest in people, and you care, and you genuinely care. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing everywhere. The problem is that we don't care enough. And so this is why intent-based marketing is so important. You're going to run an ad, or you're going to communicate about your artwork to somebody. Make sure to put something in there that is about either brightening their day, or helping them with clients, or just making it better, and not be like, buy my stuff, because with that energy, very few people are actually going to pay attention to your message. It's a very self-serving energy, and I get it. Because when we're in business, when we're trying to sell our artwork or whatever, we're like, oh my God, but you don't understand. I actually do need to. I need it, right? I need the sale. I understand. I know what that feels like. I've been there many times. I know what that feels like. But when people say that in business you have to have lots of patience, they're not saying patience as in sitting there and waiting. I think they mean this type of patience. The type of patience that is that you're not desperate trying to get the sale. That you form contacts, you form a contact list, or you form an audience. You create. It's the patience of waiting. Waiting for the audience to cook. It's that patience. Because you're planting seeds, right? It's like a farmer. It's the same patience a farmer has. A farmer knows when the seeds are going to start sprouting, right? The farmer knows that. He doesn't plant the seeds and sits there and be like, come on, give me tomatoes. A farmer doesn't do that. Especially an experienced farmer, right? They plant the seeds and they know. They water the soil, whatever. They water the seeds, and they go to another field, and then they plant more seeds somewhere else. And they keep doing that. They keep planting. And then there comes a time where it's not about planting anymore only. It's about ripping, right? And they start ripping the benefits. And then again, they go and plant. And farmers that have that down on a scale, well, they're doing both at the same time. They're always planting and they're always reaping, right? It's going at the same time. They're doing it at scale. I hope that this message found you well. This is it's always fun for me to share this kind of stuff. It's not rocket science, right? I think everybody knows it. I think what we need is a little reminder, maybe a different perspective, just a little different perspective on what it takes to move the needle forward. Not just in your career, as a human being. I think, just as a human being. If we just start caring, if we start caring a little bit more for each other. And that's it, my friends. I gotta take this coffee upstairs. Ouch. I'm still hurt from yesterday. Alright, my friends, take care. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can DM me here on Instagram. I'll be talking to you guys later today. Bye-bye, Alicia. Thank you so much.